Welcome back to the Right Mind Show with Todd Schowalter on NewsTalkSTL. And now a man who has holograms of all his favorite AI pop stars projected on the ceiling above his bed, Todd Schowalter.
Here we're back. I'm Todd Schowalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. And on the line now, here he is, Joey, Rone George. He's the co-founder and partner of Musclebeat Publishing Group. And you're a music producer, aren't you, Rone?
Yes, I am. I'm more of on the executive side. My partner, my brother, he's more of the production side of things, but music is our thing.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about the Musclebeat Publishing Group. What kind of stuff do you publish?
Well, we're all about creating music for brands. You know, what we found is, the old way of doing business as it relates to music, for us, it was a bit outdated. Mm-hmm. So we tried to approach the music landscape from a different perspective. So with that being said, we started tailoring music particularly for brands. So what our thing is, we create the music that syncs your brand to the people. And that's what we're all about, So, and that includes all aspects, like anything that your brand needs in terms of audio. Mm-hmm. That's what we're all about because, when you look at the music landscape, most people are so concerned with trying to be the next Taylor Swift or, the next Drake, whereas it's so much more in terms of being or ability that's out there and that you can make. So we're trying to fill in those gaps, Okay, so when you say brand, do you mean like for products and things like that, as far as bringing music to the actual products themselves? Like if you were to have like a jingle almost? Yeah, all aspects. So let's say jingles. Mm-hmm. We have sonic audio logos. And, with ads, let's talk about the shrinking ad spaces as we have it. Mm-hmm. If you're on social media, you can see, with the attention economy, it's hard to get anyone's attention for more than 5 seconds.
Right.
So with that being said, we created this whole new concept, a new discipline as you would have it in music. It's called the ESC. That's our campaign. It stands for Every Second Counts. Oh, so what that means is we're tailoring our audio for 5-second spots. So we have 60, 30, 15 seconds, and as low as 5 seconds. Now, a guy told me once, he said, what could you do in 5 seconds?
Right.
Most people would overlook that. Overlook the 5-second spot. But let's think about it. If you're watching something on your phone, most people are waiting for that skip button. So we want to be able to captivate you at every aspect, So you have brands that you may only have 5 seconds. So imagine being able to captivate someone where they don't even want to skip anymore because what they're hearing is so riveting and captivating.
Right. And you're right. When it comes down to even like brand recognition and things like that, people tend to overlook that, don't they? I mean, you listen to the AT&T spots. I mean, it's basically just like 3 chords. I mean, so
exactly.
So that's what you're talking about, brand recognition and how that plays into it. What do you think? I guess, going into this, you studied some jingles and things similar to in the past. What were some things that stuck out to you that, kind of inspired you?
Like for me, me and my partner, we sat down and we discussed this all the time. Folgers.
Mm-hmm, right.
That Folgers commercial. Think about 40 years. This thing has resonated and it still resonates today. It's something that's ingrained into me where I may have not have heard that spot in maybe a decade, but it's still embedded in there, the best part of waking up,
Sure.
So that's the whole thing for me is understanding that dichotomy of being able to create something that allows a brand to truly resonate with who they're trying to resonate with.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When you do that, I mean, it's got to be, if you're looking at visual recognition, like a brand, like a logo or a trademark, I mean, that'll, typically, you look at the Nike swoosh or whatever, or like you look at like the Cracker Barrel, logo that kind of conveys, what kind of restaurant that is. When you're doing this from a from an audio standpoint, what's your process when you're taking a company and trying to add some type of, audio recognition to them? How do you go about doing that?
Well, we have a whole consultation that we would do with the brand,
Mm-hmm.
but it's truly based on what they want to represent, the sound, the theme that is, relevant to what they're looking at. So it's truly not something where we're just creating something out of thin air. It's more of something that's truly tailored around what that brand is really all about. So, for some brands, they're more up tempo. You can see it's more energetic, whereas some brands are more about having a pristine sound that's more classy. So it's truly tailored around what fits what the brand wants. So what we do is, after our consultation, we'd go back into the lab and create a few examples of what we think it sounds like, and then we give them the opportunity to choose as to what makes sense. But we can also tailor anything based on the brief.
Okay. Well, one thing you're really you're adamant about, and it's in the notes here, is that everything you do is 100% human made. I guess so that means you're anti-AI. Explain that a little bit.
Well, here's the thing. Just to start out, I will say this. Technology and the proliferation of technology, I wouldn't say we're anti-AI.
Mm-hmm.
We're just pro-human, because
Sure.
what's happening is, in this landscape where the musicians, the real creators, the ones who are truly the owners and creators of the IP, I feel like with the proliferation of AI, these people are getting lost in this whole space. So imagine you're a musician who honed your skills over decades, and someone just comes in and steals your life's work, and you get no credit for it. And then they're making a killing off of it. So that's why you see there's so many lawsuits now as it relates to some of the big AI music houses. And so with us, we're looking to make sure that the human element, the emotion that a human actually brings to music, is always, put in its proper light. Because once again, there's a reason why they talk about AI slop, right?
Sure, yeah.
Everything's the same.
And I think certain things are going to go back. I think, as opposed to, you look at the things that AI is taking over. It's also going to bring back, from a professional standpoint, I think a lot of trade jobs and things like that. So now because you can't have AI, fix your toilet if you need a plumber or something like that. The reason I bring that up is with the arts and things like that, I think you're going to get a lot of more one-on-one from the art community. It may not be mass-produced type of things that are popular at the time, but maybe you'll have more personal things that people are enjoying, whether it's the theater or whatnot. So, do you see that on the music side? Because you can have all the AI stuff you want, but you can't go. You're not going to go to a concert and watch an AI perform. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely. It makes complete sense. And that's the whole concept of avant-garde, being one of one. Mm-hmm. There's certain things you just can't recreate. And music has that same element. And we understand with social media and the need for media, think about it. You can't watch a show without music. Mm-hmm. You can't hear an ad spot without music. So we get it. All of these things need music. So, people want to cut corners wherever they can. The major studios, Hollywood studios, are all shrinking down. You have AI created movies. So we understand all of these things are being incorporated into everything. But one thing that remains constant is the craftsmanship that one develops over time is something that can't be recreated. That's something that, you really put time into. Certain things you just can't bypass,
No, it goes back to the whole homemade type of thing. You can tell something that's been mass produced as to something that, somebody's put their heart into and actually made, and that's what you're doing now. Well, it sounds fascinating, Rone. I appreciate you joining me. If anybody's interested in reaching out to you in regard to whether they have a brand that they want music put to, or, just checking out your work in general, what's the best way of doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can check us on our website. That's going to be Musclebeat Publishing.com.
Okay.
You can see some of our work there. You can also schedule a consultation if you want to speak to us. If you have any work that you need, or you wanted to discuss something with us, we're certainly open to collaborating and seeing how we can help also.
That sounds great. Musclebeat Publishing Group. Is it publishinggroup.com or just Musclebeat Publishing?
It's just musclebeatpublishing.com.
Got it.
It's too many letters, but our name is Musclebeat Publishing Group.
Perfect. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, Rone, and I encourage people to check you out, and I hope you'll come back and join us again soon.
I would love it, Todd. Thank you again for having me. You take care. And I've seen some of your work, man. You do some excellent work. So I'd love to be able to help you out sometime or partner with you on some projects.
Well, I appreciate that very much, and who knows, why not? Let's do it. Sounds like a plan.
All right, sounds good. Perfect.
All right,
You take care now. Thanks again.
All right, bye-bye.
You know, Todd,
What's that?
one of the most incredible stories in all of music publishing
Yes.
is Saban with the Power Rangers.
Oh, yeah, that's
Haim
right.
Saban,
Yeah,
he went
right.
and created themes